A few people messaged me during and after my last stream asking if I was okay. I know I was muted when you called, and I thought I was hiding it well. But they called me out on it. Apparently, I looked a little down. I'm not really sure how I want to go about this. My grandparents on either side did not always see eye to eye. But I remember this one piece of advice that I recall hearing from both of my grandmothers at different times in life. If you're upset, take the time to write it down. Write a letter. Think about it for a while. Sleep on it. And decide whether or not you want to send it later. This is my third or fourth time trying to record this. I don't really know how I want to say what I want to say. I'm not sure if I can. I'm not sure I'm strong enough. I love you, Dad. You raised me. You were the dad you didn't have to be. You raised me better than any man ever could. You've literally given the shirt off your back. There's no better role model. The amount of sacrifice you went through, you stepped into a family and became a father and provider. I hope to end up being at least half the dad you are. Lately, you've been a little more cross and a little less here. I get that what I'm doing now is not what you would have preferred for me to do, or maybe what you would have wanted me to do. But it is something. You struggle with depression, and your outlook is not always as positive as it was. But you're still here, being a father. After all these years, to all of us. I understand how it feels to hurt, to not sleep, and to be angry all the time. I know you keep that inside you as much as you can. I do too, from my wife and from my kid. I see that happening to you and it hurts. And this is hard. There's no way I'd ever be able to do this, to convey all this in a conversation. We don't share all that much in common. Not as much as I'd like. We both love music. I remember I was 12 or 13, and you took me out to the backyard barn or whatever you want to call that, the building where you had your band stuff. And you tried to teach me drums. I tried really hard, but I couldn't get it. I still don't feel like I've got piano most of the time. My hands want to do this exact same thing. When I'm doing one, the other one wants to go too. And then trying to separate the legs, I don't know how you ever did that. The rhythm doctor. But I know that hurt you that I didn't stick to it. Sorry about that. Because I know, even though it was a long time ago, that was one of your ways to try to reach out. Find some middle ground. Something common. I guess that's what I'm trying to do now. I see you and Susie sit on the porch for hours. And you'll watch videos. And I know gaming's not really your thing. It never has been. You say it's a generational difference. Something you could never do. I remember you told me before that you don't understand the point. I remember once trying to explain it to you. Pretty sure that all fell on deaf ears. But I don't really believe it's a generational thing. I've got some other people who play games with me. I mean, even Uncle Larry has played games with me before. Pretty sure you and him are really close to the same age. He might even be a little older. I've got friends like Don, who's up in his 50s, and James, well, one of the two James. I'm pretty sure the older James is 73. He's in his 70s. That's all I know for sure. I'm pretty sure it's the early 70s. There's plenty of others too. I don't want to really go off saying too many more names in case they ever see this. I don't want them to get mad at me for telling their age. But there are others. I don't really feel like it's a generational thing. You misunderstand sometimes when you tune in to a stream or a video. You see me playing a game and you think you need to have the game installed to be able to communicate or comment or otherwise join in the conversation. That's not exactly the case. The other day I was over there, you'd asked me to show you how to comment, and I figured it out. It took an embarrassingly long amount of time. I didn't realize that, but anyway, point is, I figured it out. I remember walking out there on the porch, all proud of myself for figuring it out. And I was gonna show you, that way you could join in, become part of the conversation. Because a lot of the time I know you had stuff you wanted to say, or that you tried to say. Even when Reese was here streaming, you wanted to be able to join in and give him support. That's the way you are. But I remember you stopped me and said, no, maybe you didn't really feel like it needed to be on your phone, or that you should, that, you know, it isn't really your thing, gaming. Anyway, you didn't really feel like you wanted to learn how to comment or want to be shown how to do it anymore. I understand that you don't really get any of this, or at least the thing I do online. I know you aren't really interested in trying out games other than a game of spades from time to time. But you have a lot of free time, and I just didn't want to see you wasting it away anymore. We witnessed it with our grandparents as they ended up having a lot more free time and no real project or purpose. And I just wanted to share this with you so you'd have an avenue to vent and regain a sense of purpose. Drums and music used to be your vent. That was your recreational time. That was your letting loose. But you haven't been able to do that for quite some time now. I was just trying to find some common ground to share, I guess. Something that I know you could do. Something I know you could share not only with me, but with your grandkids. With Reese, Sean, Jackson, Neely. I get it. I know that you don't really get what I'm doing. You don't really have an interest in it. I get that. But I love you. I appreciate you. I respect you. I'm just trying to sit here and think if there's anything else I wanted to say. I know there is, but for the life of me, it's just not all forthcoming. Sorry for the waterworks. I've tried recording this so many times now that I probably have over a gig of video to go through and try to sort out and figure out. I guess I'm gonna go get started on that. But I wanted to sort of write this letter to you, Dad. I love you.